Good morning, students. I hope you are well in your home. So today we're going to start a new chapter, and the name of chapter is From Gathering to Growing Food. And in this social science class, we learn that how the ancient people learned the agriculture and animal herding. So the first subunit, it is varieties of food. So what is the main objective of this subunit? That today most of our food comes from plants such as fruits, grains, vegetables, etc. And food comes from animals such as milk, cheese, meat, egg, etc. These are animal products. But all these plants and animals are not living in the similar type of climate. Suppose the rice needs more water than wheat or barley. The rice is a crops that need more water and more fertile lands that can conserve more water and the place with much rainfall. But in the opposite side, the wheat can grow in the dry regions and with less rainfall, and the soil also less fertile for the wheat. So this is the difference. In a similar way, in the case of animals also, some animals can survive in the dry and hot climate, but some animals cannot survive, such as goat and sheep can survive in the hilly region, in the hot and in the hilly regions, in the dry areas, but the cattle cannot survive in the heavy or dry regions. Similar way, the camels can survive in the desert regions, but the pig cannot survive there. So in this way we have seen that the different climatic conditions and environments also responsible for the agriculture, from growing plants and rearing animals. Now the beginning of farming and herding. So next subunit, it is the beginning of farming and herding. What is said that men, women and children probably observed several things. Number one, places where edible plants were farmed. Number two, how seeds broken of stalks. Stalks means the flimsy, the cover under which the seeds resides. So number three, the fall on the ground, and number four, new plants sprouted from them. So they observed the process, the whole process, how seeds broken into stalks, how fell on grounds, and new plants sprouted or saplings sprouted out from them. So why did we? So looking after this process, they learn. But this is the main question is, why did they look after the plants? Why did they started planting those saplings by their own? They observed these natural proceedings. Now they learn from this that without any help of man or any animal, how the trees grown up, and they learned the entire process. Now they started planting trees, or they spread the seeds on the ground and transferred those saplings into a more fertile area. So this entire process is the first step of agriculture by the ancient people. Now why did they look up the plants? The answer is very easy, that protecting those plants from birds and animals, and so that they could grow the seeds, could ripen, and grow the seeds, could ripen. In this way, the people become farmer. So they first grow the plants and ripen the seeds, and in this way they learn the process of agriculture. Now in the case of animal herding, that how did they become animal herders? That they tamed animals by leaving food for them near their shelters. So they need food for their shelters. But before that, they were hunter-gatherers. They have to search for the food into the forests or outside there, very far from their settlements, their homes. But now, what happened? That they tamed some animals by leaving food for them near their shelters. Taming animals means the living foods beside their shelters. So whenever they need some animal, want to eat some animal product like milk, like meat or egg, they can consume from those animals. So in this way, they understood the necessity of domesticating or taming animals. Now they started taming animals. Why did they learn about animals? So do you know that which is the first animal they tamed? Yes, the first animal they tamed, that is the dog. Why they tamed the dog? Because the dog helped them in hunting animals. Because the dog helped them in hunting animals when they are hunter-gatherers. But when they become settled in a place and become pastoralists and farmers, so the necessity of the animals also changed. Now they started taming those animals. Those are gentle to come near the camps where they lived. They only started taming that type of animals, such as goat, cow, sheep, pig, buffalo, etc. So now they started taming this type of animals. Okay. So most of these animals, so what is the similarity? That most of these animals are vegetarian, and most of these animals eat grass and the trees. So people, the leaves of the trees. So people started protecting these animals from other wild animals, because wild animals sometimes they attack to themselves. So that's why they started protecting those animals. And in this way, when they give those animals shelter and protect them from outside animals, in this way they had started taming animals. That's all from these two subunits, that how people became from hunter-gatherer to the farmer and pastoralists. So next subunit we will learn about the domestication. Hope you have understood this subunit. So next class we'll see you again. Thank you.